Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Gemini, May 24, 2022. You can feel motivated to do something special and unique related to work, health, or routines today. However, there's a tendency to dwell on the past or express yourself defensively that might need watching. It can be tough to take the high road and rise above needless arguments or defensive stances, but it's best to avoid stressing over the little things. In truth, something positive can come out of these things. For example, clearing the air may be refreshing, or after second-guessing something, you ultimately recognize its value and feel stronger in your convictions. Also today, taking steps to secure your future with someone or for your family can figure strongly. You're especially protective of loved ones and entirely ready to take charge and defend your space if necessary. No need to Google their moon sign. Your spidey senses are already telling you what time it is. So much so, Mercury the Messenger's transit through intuitive Pisces is activating your heart-centered fifth house of love, passion, and self-expression, so as cliché as this sounds, listen to your heart. Granted, with the meticulous Virgo moon lighting up your 11th house of community, society, and the World Wide Web, you could be overanalyzing the opinions of others despite your own romantic longings. Mercury will also sextile Uranus, adding a layer of unexpected energies to the mix, so go with the flow. Evoke a little passion for your professional commitments. Your mind is daring to dream while Mercury is in Pisces, as this transit has allowed you to take a creative, imaginative approach to your projects. Since Mercury sextiles Uranus in Taurus today, you may see how your projects can dramatically transform the value of your obligations and working relationships. Conversations about putting your spin on professional commitments could radically change the nature of who you work with and what you work on. This can be great if you have a wonderful idea to propose to your colleagues. For the second time this week, a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Ceres in your financial sector is starting to separate. This time it is Mars, while earlier in the week it was Venus, with the planets of money and war giving you a better read on your financial needs and priorities and of what you are fighting for. Not everything in your private life is running as well as you would like. Friends and family have their own wishes and goals and are not bound to show consideration to you. Even though it's tough, accept that some situations will not run according to plan. Try to change your perspective and understand others' points of view. This is the best strategy at present. You've spun so far out of the mainstream, in at least one direction, that you're having a hard time keeping up with your closest friends. Try to reel yourself back in a little. If you are longing for love and the feeling of security this brings, don't always pursue it with such vigor or be overly concerned if a love you want isn't always available. You can get what you want by taking your time, being a little more relaxed and calm. A brand new outlook brings with it the promise of success. You are probably in full swing today, enjoying the effects of good decision-making. However, it would be helpful to know what you require in terms of diet and exercise. Routine is the best way to conquer laziness and fear. Don't leave it up to the last minute to decide what's for dinner or what your daily activity will be. Planning ahead is a small but effective way of building healthy self-esteem, as well as a healthy body. If everything seems to be going wrong for you lately, this day can help you get things back on track. Your natural skills and abilities will soar on this day, and you will gain a lot from taking a different look at what's been occurring. When things don't fall into place, you have the opportunity to change the situation. Perhaps a different approach is needed, or maybe it's time to throw in the towel on that particular project. Use the cues as indicators of what needs to be changed. 3 days after the Sun returned to Gemini to begin your birthday month and new solar year, there is finally a chance to give the future and where you are going your full attention. Yet while returning to find Mercury already in Gemini but in retrograde motion has been a huge advantage, with your head in the game but also with a better sense of where you have been and where to from here. Mercury left yesterday and no longer in retrograde motion there. This takes the brakes off while ending a need to have one eye on the rear view mirror. With the Moon and Mars both returning to a social and serendipitous part of your chart tomorrow, this will be the boost needed to make Venus, the planet of love's final days here count. Venus is already working with the laws of attraction and synchronicity to put you in the right place at the right time, but the Moon's heightened instincts and Mars' courage will make it easier to take blind leaps of faith. Our eyes in the sky. Passionate Venus in Aries shares a tense minor frustration with the nodes of destiny in the evening, which can bring up a lot of insecurities that we're all dealing with. This could affect us in many ways, particularly around commitments and relationships that we're invested in. You might feel as though a partnership has lost its luster and you want to leave. The inner conflict exists because you might not truly want to do this, but know that you have to in order to evolve or feel better. If we're unwilling to harmonize with others and only want to dominate their lives, partnerships could experience issues of control at this time. The flip side of this transit can bring us a lot of love and joy, but only if we're ready to experience such bliss. If you're single, a partnership could form or a commitment could deepen, depending on whether or not you want to bring love into your life. If you choose to use the other side of the energy, be forewarned that arguments and frustrations could manifest. Lean into the pleasant side of this minor aspect and bring more love into your life. In the morning, the Pisces moon forms a trine to Chiron in Aries. This favorable aspect serves to offset wounded pride and heal anxieties that developed in youth when our talents were not celebrated. At this juncture, events transpire that reveal our journey has transformed our sense of self, strengthening our natural gifts in the process. We see that in dimming our shine, we've perpetuated our own victimhood, content to play the supporting role in others' stories. Now, demonstrating our abilities allows us to reclaim our main character's energy. We subsequently pay this self-assurance forward, prompting those who doubt their gifts to be more willing to share of themselves. Following this, the moon squares off with Uranus in Taurus, provoking surprises. We are faced with unwelcome curveballs, situations seemingly designed to pitch us out of equilibrium just as we were starting to regain confidence. A lack of patience or bad time management skills will add to the day's frustrations. Like all good tests, this transit intends to deliver valuable insights as to how well we are using the resources at our disposal. Do your best to honor your own boundaries and retain your sense of childlike curiosity even when negotiating upsets and delays. Acting impulsively or recklessly won't serve us now. There is no sense in fueling drama just to grasp a false sense of control. You could be feeling more psychic today, but it's hard to separate your emotions from the projections thrown onto you by others. In fact, many of us could feel like we're talking about our emotions all day, a vibe that's exacerbated by Jupiter. The transits of the day ask everyone to have faith and see clearly through problems. This can also present a multitude of challenges in every single detail of your life. No rock is left unturned, but it's all for a greater purpose. Make sure that you pay close attention to your health, which is all part of the process. Checking in with loved ones and keeping a gratitude list can help you see that you're progressing exponentially every day. Believing in positive notions can guide you through the energy if you're willing to let go of the past and move toward a more meaningful way of life, which is very possible today.